Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Tommy C. on the Shot from the Point Hockey channel, and I'm about to do a response and reaction video. Well, response videos are okay, but reaction videos, any dope on YouTube can do them. Check this video out right here to know where this all stems from. I made a video that YouTubers or hockey YouTubers react to the special rules that are in the World Cup of Hockey. And I think when I made it, I think it might have been taken the wrong way. That I was making fun of the opinions of the two gentlemen involved, that being Power Play and CJ, and of course Jack Mullet, very, very much a friend to this show, and donator, I might add. I really wasn't making fun of either of your opinions. I don't always agree with both you guys, but I was really trying to show that hardcore hockey fans from different parts of North America, or different parts of the United States in this case, aren't digging it. They don't like it. So I tried to do an amusing video. This has nothing to do with your opinions. Now, I'm going to go over Jack Mullet's video and react to it. And I'm going to, I'm going to go over Jack Mullet's video and react to it and sort of clarify everything. That I think we're a little closer than you all think.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Jack Mullet Hockey Show. Really quickly, the other day, Tommy C and his crew did a video, Shot from the Point Hockey, and they took myself and Power Play with CJ reaction to the World Cup of Hockey 2016 and did a fun little video. Great editing, by the way. And I just wanted to briefly kind of maybe
I'm the godfather of hockey YouTube director guy.
Reply, explain, clarify a few things, and just highlight this tournament a little bit more, why my issues with it. First and foremost, Tommy C said something along the lines of, about me saying it's a money grab, that, everything in life is about money or etc. Something along those lines. And I get that completely. I'm not, vilifying the NHL for trying to make a dollar. I'm the king of capitalism.
I'm not trying to vilify either of you guys for using that statement. I think I took exception to the wording, but I think I also know where the wording was coming from. And both Jack and Power Play with CJ said this, that it was just simply a money grab. Everything in life is about money. There's no point in doing this tournament if it's not about money. I'm popcorn vendors, guys that sell jerseys. They got to get paid too. It's not just the athletes, and it's not just really for the NHL. They got to get paid. It's just the way the world works. We don't have hockey unless we have a system like that. It's the problem. I think what you guys were talking about was this is a cheap way to do it, to have an under-23 Canada USA team and a Team Europe, which is basically so they can grab up NHL players that don't play for powerhouse NHL countries. In that sense, you're both right. It's cheap. But I don't know if it's a money grab in the traditional sense that's well, maybe it is. It is sort of a money grab in the traditional sense. Maybe you changed my mind, because a money grab is when somebody's selling you something half-assed when they could be giving you the whole thing. And so I guess in that sense you're right. Wasn't criticizing your views on capitalism or anything like that. Maybe I was a little harsh, but I think I had more problem with the wording. I generally agree with both of you.
Sure, the product on the ice is okay, in my opinion. I don't think it's anything spectacular, but what does the Olympics have that a World Cup of Hockey does not have? Brand, name recognition, and tradition. That's it. We know every 4 years, there's going to be the Olympics in some other country. We know the 5 little rings or however many rings there are. In our minds, we think Olympics, it's just a marketing scheme. We know the tradition of the gold medals, the silver medal, the bronze medal. We know that. That's why we hold the Olympics in some type of high regard, that it's some prestigious tournament.
And we don't need to. And I think that's my point. This is going to come. I know I'm in the minority in this. I can't stand the Olympics. I don't. I am almost, I'll be 39. That means this time next year I'll be pushing 40. I'm one of the last generation of kids that remembers what the Cold War Olympics were like. It was for a bunch of tin pot dictatorships, oppressive nations, to show how wonderful and great their system was via their athletic program. Macho bullshit. And that's trash. It should be about the athletes. I don't buy all this crap about togetherness and countries coming to... It's political crap. It's garbage. It's trash. So I don't care if they do it in the Olympics, and I don't care if they do it in the World Cup. But at very least, the Olympics does it right. Everybody's got a shot. There's a chance for a miracle team to sneak through. Even the World Championships got it right. The NHL is using the under-23 in Canada and the United States team and the Europe team for this reason only. For two reasons. They want the IIHF out, which I don't blame them. They're Bush League. And they want the IOC out. They want the IOC out because they're not giving them enough money. Oh, that's selfish. No, it's not. It's not selfish whatsoever. And I'm not saying Jack or CJ are saying any of this stuff. It's a good business decision. It's not reasonable to lend your product to somebody else for them to make money on and you don't make a return on it. That's not reasonable. And I think since 1998, we're pushing 20 years with this particular program. The NHL, where they get a lot of exposure, it's not worth the risk. The players make more money. They're more expensive. And if that answers Power Play with CJ's question when he put his video out, which I'll put right here, it's not okay for them to get hurt in the Olympics. And it is okay for them to get hurt in a World Cup because at least you get the revenue back. The revenue shared with the rest of the league. That's why. That's it. So as far as the tradition thing goes with the Olympics, who cares? I think what we all want is a world championship. Whether it's called the Olympics or called the World Cup of Hockey or Canada Cup or Tommy C's favorite pastime, I don't think that matters. We want to see the best teams going for it. And we also want to allow teams like Germany, Slovenia, Slovakia, Switzerland a shot in that tournament. The NHL should simply take the IIHF's ratings system for those last 2 slots or 3 slots and let those teams play. That's it. That solves the problem. But the NHL is not willing to take that type of risk, and I wholeheartedly agree with both of you that it makes it seem half-assed. It seems like they want an international tournament, and they don't want to get screwed by the IOC, but they want to make it sure that Canada and the United States see each other in the final. And that's what makes it gimmicky, and that's what makes it cheap, and that's what makes it seem like just simply a money grab. The gold medal means nothing to me, and the gold medal means nothing, period, unless the best players in the world are playing for it.
98 was in Japan. People were up at 2 in the morning having to watch
that.
games. It's just not very convenient. The arenas aren't that great, and fan attendance. I mean, some of these arenas are like 8,000 people or something like that, or sometimes even less, versus having an NHL arena we can have it sold out. Look, World Cup of Hockey done right could be absolutely phenomenal.
Totally agree. Here's the thing that I don't agree with. I don't mind shutting down the season for a couple reasons. I think it's more dangerous for these guys to come in cold and could affect their teams by injury if this tournament's done in August and September. I think it's a little safer, much safer, if they shut down the season. Actually, the smartest thing to do would be to shut down the season right after the Winter Classic, something that gets pretty good ratings for the NHL. And plug the hell out of it. I don't mind that they have to shut down the season. You still get hockey, who cares? Hockey's on TV, and you get to watch, every 4 years, you get to watch Team USA or the other countries, which is interesting. So it's not like they just shut hockey off. You still get hockey. So it really, shutting down the season, it's safer. These guys they've been playing a couple months. They're warm. I think you actually get a better quality tournament as well. So I really have a problem with shutting down the season. If the NHL wants to dump the Olympics, hell, I don't care if they compete with them in the same year. that would be fine with me. But creating tradition, what Jack is talking about, is very important. Making sure it's every 4 years, like the World Cup of soccer. You know it's coming. You know, in 2010 and 2004, or 2010 and 2014, you're going to get a World Cup. And the only way they're going to do that is to establish a tradition. And I agree with you both. This is not the way to start it. This is a bad idea. I think you're going to have to deal with the Switzerlands and the Slovenians of the world. You never know. Miracles happen. Americans know that better than most.
The gimmick part that just despises me, and people say, well, you know, if Slovenia or Switzerland or Latvia, if these countries come in, it'd be 3 games and out. Well, maybe that's true. But how are these countries supposed to get better and develop their players and spark interest in their own national program if they're excluded from tournaments?
No disagreement here. None. Zero. None. Zero. We've seen a boom. I live in Germany. We've seen a boom in German-speaking countries like Switzerland, like Austria, and southern Germany for ice hockey and interest in ice hockey. I got to be honest with you. I'm sure, as unhappy as we are as North Americans, if you're a hardcore German, Swiss, or Austrian fan, you're even more pissed right now. It's ridiculous. And just for the reasons Jack said. How do you promote the game in these parts of Europe, which are important? We need players from Europe. Got like 28 teams working on 30. We need players. That tradition and letting those countries lose, or God forbid they have a miracle, 1980. This is the worst way to do it. I think to some aspect, the NHL has to face facts and realize they're going to have to deal with the other hockey programs outside of Canada, the United States, Sweden, Czech Republic, and Finland. I don't see what the problem is. They did this in 1996. They let Germany and Slovakia in. Germany only had Olaf Kolzig at the time. They're pretty much done pretty quick. Not a shock. But that's how you build. Harrison Mooney was on my program over a year ago, and I had made the suggestion that maybe they have to the Olympics have to dish women's Olympic hockey. And he got mad, and he was rightfully so. How do you promote it for girls if the girls aren't on TV playing? Same thing goes for ice hockey in these countries, which, by the way, are growing. 2 years ago, Switzerland was in the World Championship final against Sweden. Yes, they got blown the fuck out, but they got there. They got there. 100% correct. This is half-assed. It's not helping. And I guess in that sense, it is a money grab.
At times, maybe it's 3-3 now, but maybe 1 year they get a win. Maybe 1 year they make it to the semifinals.
It was 2013 World Championships. They just lost to Sweden. They went on a quick run. So you're right. It's not impossible.
Knockout round, and it sparks interest in their national program. The national program then develops Swiss players who then in turn may play in the NHL one day. A superstar Swiss player that the NHL can market the crap out of. Look, I think
it's a terrible standpoint from the scouting perspective, because I do remember seeing players in 1996 that ended up in the NHL that were not in the NHL at that time. From a scouting perspective, it is cutting your nose off to spite your face.
I'll probably still watch when USA plays, but as far as a Team Europe, or how are you going to get behind a Team Europe or a U23 team? I just can't see myself doing it. So
you're doing it, believe me. You'll call out of work. You'll say you have crabs. You'll do it. Give me a break. Who are you fooling, Mullet? Nobody, not me, because I'm going to do it. If I had to bet power play, and CJ would get his doctor to write a note if it was in a weird time zone. I don't believe either of you. You're both full of shit. I'm calling you out.
Long kind of explanation there, but I think big picture-wise, the NHL is ruining this. And my fear is that the ratings are going to be terrible and that the NHL is never going to do this again.
And that's my fear as well. 100%, Jack. And what they'll do is they'll say, well, we're not doing it again because look what happened last time. You did it half-assed last time. Here's my solution to the whole problem. Here's my solution. This will make the World Cup great. Now, you can do this one of two ways. You can continue to go to the Olympics, or you can scrap the Olympics completely. I don't care. Because if you have the best players playing in the world, it doesn't matter if they're playing for gold or a World Cup. 20 years from now, it'll be an established tradition. You stop during the season. You promote from the Winter Classic on. You stop, you take the 2 weeks off. It's 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, no big deal. We've done it before. It works. You have NHL rules. And by the way, 96 5-minute majors for fighting. And I think it's going to be the same thing in this World Cup as well. So the NHL controls it. You invite these countries, especially the bottom one, the ones that are below Finland, Sweden, and Czech Republic. You invite them. Or look at the IHS. You invite 2 teams that you think should that are the best of the bottom tier, that may not have entirely NHL rosters, and you give them a shot. If they refuse it, you put somebody else in. Keep going down until you get to Japan and Italy. That's it. Promote from the Winter Classic. Stop the season in the middle of the year. Promote the crap out of it. ESPN and whatever, Fox or whatever, whoever wants to touch it. And you have a consistent world champion every 4 years. There's no doubt in your mind, none, that it's going to be there. So I basically agree with you 100%. You do it half-assed, it's going to suck. You do it in the summer, people are going to think it's weird. Not hardcore hockey fans. Hardcore hockey fans will watch it. Jesus, doesn't matter. And that's my point before. You'll watch it, Mullet. You'll watch it, CJ. You'll watch it. But if you want more people to watch it, that would be the best way to do it. Scrap the Olympics or keep the Olympics. Doesn't matter. Do it 2 years after the Olympics. That'd be fine. Because to me, this is about deciding a world champion. The best country in the world, and the best tournament. And the NHL could keep all the revenue, and they could do absolutely everything that they want to do and cut out the middlemen and make it less risky for their players. And if they are to take some kind of financial loss by a player getting hurt, they still get the revenue from the tournament. That'd be the best thing to do. And you can keep it in North America. The teams will show up. They will.